Good morning, dear learners. Welcome to teaching learning session. In our previous lecture, we started discussing about the digital media as a platform to communicate with the audience, right? In continuation with that, we'll start with the website as a marketing technique. Website is very important technique of marketing as website represents all in one storefront, a display counter, and the megaphone for the organization to communicate in the digital world. Now, today's world is digital world, and it is very important that you should have a digital presence, and this website plays a very important role in communication in digital world. For the digital and brick and mortar type of a business, if their business is only brick and mortar type of a business, websites are primarily channel for communicating with the current and the prospective customers as well as with the other audience. Website plays a very important roles in communication with their present customer, with their prospective customer, and with the other audience. And a good website provides the evidences that organization is real, credible, and legitimate. Right? It plays a very important role. Your website impacts the customers. It provides your website provides the evidence that your organization is real, your organization is credible and legitimate, right? Expressing the brand of organization through design, looks, feels, personality, and voice, right? This website is a marketing tool. How a website could be a marketing tool, right? This website expresses the brand of organization through design, right? Through looks, through feel, personality, and voice, providing the general information about the organization, such as value propositions, product and services, and the contact information, right? You're communicating with your target customer, with your prospective customer, with your present customer by providing them the general information about the organization, about the value proposition of the organization, about the product and services and organization offers, and the contact to contact information. It creates a confidence and credibility of the organization, right? And this websites helps in lead generation, capturing information about the website visitors to use and ongoing sales and the marketing and activity, right? This website helps in lead generation. How it helps in lead generation? Whenever someone visits the website, you can capture the data of the visitor, and this data can be used in future for ongoing sale or for the marketing activities. Capturing customers feedback about the organizations, about its products, services, content, and website experiences itself. It is very important to get the feedback from the customers through the website, and as per the feedback you can make changes. Recommendations that the direct customer to informations, products, services, and companies that meet their interest and needs, right? So through website you can recommend to the customers to about the informations, products, services, and the companies which can meet their interest and the needs, right? Because through the website through website, this website creates a confidence, and that is in customer. It creates the credibility, it increases the credibility of the organization, right? This is the primary channel for communication with the current and the prospective customers, right? And then through website one can communicate, the organization can communicate about the value proposition, about the product and services, and the contact information. Lead generation, capturing information about website visitor, use the ongoing sales and marketing activities, right? Customers can give their feedback on the website, and through that feedback one can make changes, right? Now the next important tool that helps in communication is the content marketing and SEO. SEO is what? SEO is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is a process of using internet search engines such as Google, Bing, Yahoo to gain notice, visibility, and the traffic from people conducting the searches using these tools. See, SEO is what? Search engine optimization, right? Whenever you want to search out something, what we usually do, that we usually visit to Google, Bing, or Yahoo search engine. We type our query and we get the websites or the informations related to that. As what the SEO does, the SEO increases the visibility or increases the traffic from people, right, conducting the searches relevant to those searches. And this SEO, what the SEO does, the SEO increases the visibility of the website or increases the traffic on the website by displaying the website on the first page of the search engine, or basically first page itself, as well as when this that is uh, when your website, this SEO helps in displaying the website first three uh, on first three orders, right? SEO works as a lockstep with the content marketing. There is a much relationship with SEO and the content, because content marketing plays a very important role in increasing the visibility or fetching the traffic to the website. Content marketer create a worthwhile internet content aimed at their target audience. Content marketing is what? Content marketing is what you are writing, right? Content marketer creates a worthwhile internet content related to the target audience. Thus, the organization uses the SEO to get this content noticed and generate a new traffic and the sales lead. See, a content writer writes the content that is relevant to the organization's products, policies, and as per the requirement of the target audience. What the SEO does, SEO helps in fetching the traffic and increases the visibility to that content, or that content noticed, right? And this in turn increases the sales or increases the leads. So this SEO and content writing goes hand in hand. How the SEO works? When someone is searching for type of a thing your organization offers, as a marketer you want your results at the top, right? Suppose if I want to search for something and any organization is offering that um, product or that thing, that the marketer as a that the marketer of that organization must that the organization, that the marketer always wants that their result should be at the top, because it is a human behavior that if we usually don't want to go beyond the first three, or beyond the first or the second page of the search engine, what is our mentality? We consider that the top websites are that the search engine shows the top websites at the first three positions, right? So the marketer wants their website to be placed at the top three positions, basically at the top, right? And one can boost the search ranking by identifying and applying SEO, and you can increase the visibility. One can increase the visibility and can grab those positions through the application of SEO and the content marketing strategies, right? To search the term people use when they are looking for the product or services like yours. So SEO and the content marketing helps in increasing the visibility, or grab more traffic or increase the traffic to the website by grabbing the first three positions on the first page of any of the search engine. Since the supply of internet content on any of that topic is continuously expanding, and the search engine companies regularly fine tune their search algorithm to deliver even more powerful result. SEO is not a one time task. So every time, see, SEO, what the SEO do? That see, this content and the SEO works hand in hand, right? It see, the supply of internet content is very vast on any of the topic, right? This content continuously expands, right? And the search engine companies regularly fine tune their search algorithm, right? When this fire search tune their algorithm, right, to deliver the more helpful results, right? So SEO, it is required that SEO, that we should plan our SEO as per the changes in the search algorithm. So SEO is not a one time task, right? How the content marketing work, the content marketing is based on the premise that marketer can use the web content as a strategic asset to attract attention and divert and drive traffic to a target audience. This content plays a very important role in grabbing the attentions or to drive the traffic of the target audience. Right? It is important to publish a substantive web content such as articles, videos, ebooks, podcasts, images, infographic, case studies, games, calculators, etc. That will be interesting of your target segment. So it is very important that you should put on some of the content that could help in grabbing attention of your target customers. It could be podcast, it could be articles, it could be videos, it could be ebooks, it could be infographic, could be any. While doing this, one should incorporate the optimal search terms into the content so that more likely to show up in the organic research. It is important while you are writing the content, it is important to incorporate few keywords or the optimal or search terms or the keywords, right, which in a search term into the content, and these keywords or optimal search items or search terms helps in organic results, right? One should also look for a ways to link that content from other web pages so that the search engine or the search engine bots, right, responsible for cataloging the website will think your content is popular and well regarded by the internet user community. See, there are two types of SEO, on page and off page, right? On page SEO is very important as well as off page SEO is very important. It is very important to link that content to other web pages, right? So that when bot, that is the program, bot is known as the computer program, goes, when the computer program, right, which is responsible for cataloging the website, when the bot catalogs the website, it should think that your content is very popular because it has been referred by the many websites, right, and should be well regarded by the internet user community. As your content appears in the search result, it will rank higher as more and more people click through your content. So this is very important, that content and SEO plays a very important role in digital marketing nowadays. Now, social media, we all are aware about the social media, and social media plays a very important role. Social media marketing is used in online use of online applications, networks, blogs, wikis, and other collaborative media for communicating brands, messages, conducting marketing, public relation, and lead generation. Social media plays a very important role, right? Like you might have gone through many of the blogs, right? Or it is an important tool for to communicate the brand messages, to conduct the marketing, to maintain the public relationship, and for lead generation. Social media are distinctive for networking capabilities. They allow people to reach and interact with one another through interconnected networks, right? Social media marketing actually focuses on the three objectives. First is creating buzz, developing and publishing messages in variety of formats, that is in text, videos, or images, that is disseminated via user user content, right? So creating a buzz, that is first is the main focus, the primary objective of social media is creating a buzz, developing a publishing message. It could be in the variety of forms. Then facilitating the two-way communication, online conversations are not controlled by the organization. Instead, social media promotes and encourages user participants feedbacks and the dialogues, and the fostering communities, building ways for fans to engage with one another about shared interest in brands, products, and the services. So this social media plays important role. There are three main objectives. First is to creating a buzz, that is developing and publishing the messages. It could be through text, it could be through video, it could be through images, right? So creating a buzz, creating an awareness, right? Then after this, that is two-way communication. It is important that so that the social media promotes encouraging the user participation by giving their feedback through chats, right? Because it helps in engaging the customer, right? If you are able to engage the customer, this engagement increases the interest of the customer. So this two-way communication helps in engagement of the customers. Then after engaging the customer, if the desire arouses in the customer, then the fostering community means the third objective is that building ways of fans to engage with one another, right? About shared interest in a brand, product, and lives. That is when you like something, we what we do, that we share those things, those products via link or to are known ones, like we have purchased this thing from this brand, or this is the link for this thing. If you like it, you can purchase it from this website or from this link, right? This is fostering a community in this way, that it fosters a community, it engages the community, right? And it fosters the community, it increases the community when the present customer shares the interest in a brand, product, or the services, right? How the social media marketing works, that organization have opportunities to engage in the social media for marketing purposes, like earn social media activities involves new organizations, leaders, and other individuals who create content about an organization. It is particularly suited to supporting the public relation efforts, right? So then first what they do, the social media activity, that it creates the content, right? Which it is basically they create the content to support the public relation efforts, right? Then own social media activity happens through social media account that the organization owns. This activity is ideal for the brand awareness, lead generation, and goals around engaging the target audience, right? So that is social media works in many ways, in several ways, like they earn it, right? How they earn it, that is this involves the new organization, thought leaders, and other individuals who create the content about the organization. Then there are many social media accounts which the organization owns, right? Like Facebook, Twitter, right, Instagram pages, and many other things. And these activities, that is, these owned activities, helps in building the brand or creating the brand awareness. It helps in lead generation and goals around engaging the target audience. Then the paid social media activities includes the advertisements on the social media, that is placed on the various locations, sponsored posts or content, right? And retargeting the advertisements that target ads based on the consumer's previous actions. These types of social media activities best suited for the sales, lead generation, event participation, and incorporation into IMC campaign. Then there are paid social media activity. You might have seen that ads on the Facebook, right, or Google ads, or ads on the YouTube or LinkedIn, right? All these are the paid social media activities. This includes the advertisements on the social media, and these are the paid form of the paid form, right? And you might have seen the sponsored posts or the contents, right? And then Then it also includes retargeting the advertisement as per the interest, as per the previous action of the customer, right? You can again retarget the customer. Suppose you have placed an ad for someone, then after seeing an action of the customers, you can retarget the advertisement or the customers, right? And this paid form of social media is actually best suited for sales generation, for lead generations, for participations, event participations, right? Then another form is you can ask the question to foster the engagement, right? And organization must solicit feedback from the users, customers, and prospects. This is critical for creating the conversation, insights, and discussions on the social media platform, because this increases the visibility. When one asks the questions, when people reply to those questions, right? When they give their feedbacks, right? This increases the visibility, and this helps in SEO, right? So you can ask the questions. Right now, try the different formats. Most social media platform provides user with the option to add images and videos to the text. Social media is becoming an increasingly visual media when the content that performs the best usually includes an image or video. Try to convert the message into images and video whenever possible to for maximum reach, right? You can use the different format. You can use either only text format or only video format or only image format as per the requirement or as per your product or the services you are offering, right? So you can use the different format, or you can incorporate many of the formats together to increase or to uh, reach the maximum people, right? Create short form media, right? Most social media platforms have character limits per post. User on social media expect to be able to scan their feed. Long posts, even within the character limit, tend to be underperformed. The more crispy the organization can be, the better. So see, it is very important whatever you want to convey on the social media, that the character length should be short, that message should be short and crispy. The objective should be very clear, it should be short and crispy, right? It has been observed those long messages, right, they tend to underperform. If you really want to perform better on the social media, that your message should be short and crispy, right? Create unique content, right? Unique content plays a very important role. Social media, unlike any traditional method, cannot rely on the static content. An organization must regularly publish new unique content to stay relevant on any social media. So it is very important, if you are on the social media, if you want the social media to communicate, right, it is important that really a new content, right, new content should be published on the regular basis, right? Use a clear immediate call to action. It is important that clear and immediate call to action should be there. Social media work best for achieving marketing goals with clear call to action that a user can do immediately from their computer or mobile device, like web traffic, click through, right, download the content, right, or online purchase or engagement, that is comment, like, share, view, read. So call for action is very important. If there is a call for action, then your content can do, your ad can do better. There are certain advantages and disadvantages of social media like any other media. The advantage and benefit of social media marketing, that it focuses heavily on the two-way, even multi-directional communication between the customer, prospect, and advocates for company or brand. So it is a two-way communication, right? While listening and engaging on social media, organizations are better equipped to understand the response and the response to the can understand and respond to the market sentiments. So through digital media, that organization can better understand the market sentiments, and can respond to the market sentiments. Unlike many other form of marketing, right, social medias are very measurable. They also allow marketers to track customer behavior online, right? So, like other forms of marketing, the social media is very measurable. You can measure the impact of social media marketing, right? This allows the marketer to track the consumer behaviors, right? You can track the consumer behavior online. There are many tools, right? They also help to track how the target audience respond to the content created by the organization. Even this can be tracked back, right? How the customer responds to the contents. Social media offers the virtually unlimited audience for communicating and sharing messages in the market. So this is the biggest advantage, that it offers virtually unlimited audience for communication and sharing the messages in the market. It also offers marketers the ability to relatively easily target and test the effectiveness of a content using various targeting capabilities of social media for location, interest, income, title, industry, and other differentiator. So it becomes easy in the social media to understand the effectiveness of the content, the interest of the consumer in the content, and become easier to communicate in the on the social media, right? So as we all know that social media is a dynamic environment, and it requires a significant efforts to monitor and stay relevant always. So it is difficult to continuously create share worthy content. So because we all are human beings, at times it becomes difficult to create the share worthy content, right? But it is the demand of the uh, social media to create a share worthy content. The variety of social media tool makes it a challenge to understand which platform to use for which target audience, right? So there are the variety of social media tools, right? And it becomes a challenge to understand which platform to use for which target audience. There are many platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, or the YouTube, right? And there are many n number of platforms are there. It becomes at times difficult to decide, right? Or it becomes a challenge to understand which platform to use for which target audience. Crisis communication can be difficult, particularly in public environment of social media, in which it is difficult to contain or control communication. This means it can be difficult to mitigate the impact of crisis on the brand, because this is digital media. Crisis communications or mitigating the crisis, the impact of crisis on the brand becomes difficult on the social media because it spreads like fire. One of the biggest challenge facing organization is determining who the organization should own the social media platform for the organization. Too few hands to help mean the burden of content creations are high on a single individual. Too many people often results in duplication or overlap of the efforts. So these are few disadvantages, like there are not many people who can write a good content, but many are there who are ready to, who often duplicate or duplicate the content or overlap the efforts, right? Then the biggest challenge the organization faces today is determining who in the organization should own the social media platform for the organization. Who will take care of that, right? Content writer, there are not much good content writer, but there are many who copies the content, right? So digital media plays a very important role, right? Advertising campaign planning. This is the strategic consideration, right? This in IMC, integrated marketing communication, advertising campaign planning is very important, right? As we all know, the definition of advertisement as per AMA, American Marketing Association, advertisement is defined as any paid form of non-personal presentation and promotion of ideas, goods, and services by identified sponsor. Again, it is paid form of non-personal, right? presentations and promotions of ideas, goods and services by identified sponsors. Paid form, let's take what does mean by the paid form. Paid form means that the advertisement is always paid for, and hence it becomes a burden for the organization. The organization has to pay for the advertisement. The money spent on the advertisement is evaluated in terms of increased demands or the sales. So it is a paid form. It is non-personal. Why non-personal? Because it is for masses. Advertisements are designed for mass audience, designed for masses and not for individual. Therefore, we see use of mass media for advertisements and not the omnipresent, hence the omnipresent. Then it is the presentation or the promotion of the product. It is the paid non-personal presentation or promotion of the product. Advertisement involves the presentation or the promotion of the products, goods, services, ideas, places, events, whatever you are offering to the mass media, through to the masses through mass media like television, radio, publications, etc. So this is a presentation or promotion of the product through the identified sponsor. Identified sponsor means advertisements are paid for, right, by an identified sponsor. It means who will pay for that advertisements, and advertisements are not without origin, right? So there should be person or a party who is responsible to bear the cost, right? So advertisement is a paid form of non-personal promotions, right, of ideas, goods or services by identified sponsors, right? As per W.J. Stanton, right, advertising consists of all activities involved in presenting to group of non-personal. It involves all the activities involved in presenting to group a non-personal, oral, visual, openly sponsored message regarding a product, service, or ideas. This message is called an advertisement and is disseminated through one or more media and is paid for by an identified sponsor. Same thing but in different words, right? Advertising campaign. What is advertising campaign, right? The commonly used steps for advertising campaign plannings are, that is identifying the campaign, that is identifying the target audience. It is very important when you are planning for an advertising campaign, for whom you are planning for that advertising campaign. It is important to identify the target audience. The prerequisite for successful planning: understand the needs and then clearly identify the target audience. This would involve the process of segmentation, targeting, and positioning, right? To whom you want, what is the target audience to whom you want to offer your product, right? So it involves the process of segmentation, targeting, and positioning. We discussed about STP. What is STP? Segmentation is market is heterogeneous, and dividing the heterogeneous market into homogeneous groups is known as the segmentation of marketing, right? You cannot cater to each and every group, right? And it is important to define and decide to which group you would like to offer your product or services, and defining the group to whom you want to offer your product and services is known as targeting, right? And positioning, and is what positioning is, that is that is creating a niche in the mind of the customer about your product or about the organization or brand. That is positioning, right? So it is very important to identify the target audience to whom you want to offer your product, right? And this successful planning is needs to understand that the successful planning requires to understand the need and the clear identification of the target audience. Then setting the goals. After identifying the target audience, it is important to setting the goals. Advertising campaign have a set of hierarchical goals with the smart characteristics. It is important to focus on setting the right goals and also putting them in the right categories as a well established milestone. So it is very important after defining the target, it is important to setting the goals, and these goals, there could be the hierarchical goals and with the smart characteristics. Smart means, smart is an acronym. S stands for, in smart, S stands for the specific goals. The goal should be very clear and specific. What you want to achieve through your, what you want to achieve through your campaign, it should be very clear. The objective should be very clear. M stand for measurable goals. Measurable goals means you should be able to measure whether you have achieved your target or not. A stands for achievable goals. Goals should be achievable, right? You should make those goals which one could achieve. Those, if goals are unachievable, then this demotivates the workforce. Achievable, and then it should be achievable as well as aggressive, right? If goals are not aggressive or achievable, right, one cannot be motivated, right? Then goal should be realistic. Realistic means one should be able to achieve those goals, and goals should be time bound. There should be a well defined time limit, right? In which time limit would you like to achieve those goals? So this smart characteristics, that there should be a setting the goals. Advertising campaign have a set hierarchical goals, right? You should be able to set the specific goals. You should be able to measure your effect of the advertisements. That it should be set the goals which are achievable and realistic, and it should be time bound, right? There you should give the time to understand whether you have achieved, whether you are achieving your target or not. And it is important to focus on the setting the right set of goals and also putting them in the right categories and well established milestones. So setting goals are very important. First of all, the first important step is to identify the targets. Then as per the target, set your goals. Then media plan. After setting the goals, these steps involve the selection of the most conducive media, right? That is, it could be usually a combination for carrying out the message efficiently in the budget. On the basis of reach, frequency, impact, the most efficient media plan is prepared along with deciding the timing of campaign. So after deciding, setting up the goals, it is important to plan the media, on which media you would like to advertise your product, you would like to communicate, right? This step includes the selection of the most conducive media. To selection of the media, it could be, usually it is a combination of many platforms, right? It is important to select the media for carrying out the messages, to on which media you would like to carry out your messages, and within the budget, right? Because advertisement is a paid form, right? So when it is a paid form, so there must be a budget, and you should select the media as within your budget. So and budget plays an important role, but again there are important factors while selecting a budget which should be keep in mind. That is the reach of the media, the frequency, and the impact, right? These are the impact. The most efficient media plan is prepared along with the deciding the timing of the campaign, and it is important that at what time would you like to uh, start your campaign. Timing plays even a more important role. Then comes the pre-testing and execution. Because advertising is costly affair, it is a paid form. It is sensible to pre-test or conduct a pilot testing before a full-fledged advertising campaign. This step involves the cross-checking of final campaign and readjusting it according to the inputs received. This step is very important and plays a key role in planning and the final results. So it is important to pre-test and execute, right? And if required, one can make changes as per the input received. Then measuring the results, as planning and monitoring are twin functions. The final step using the measuring the benchmarks identified in the previous steps. The evaluation of result would show the success or failure of advertising campaign. So these are the 5 steps which one should consider while uh, uh, mm, planning uh, planning for an advertising campaign, right? First is identify the target audience, then set the goals, right? Then media plan, on which media you would like to conduct the would you like to communicate, then pre-test and execute, then measuring the results, right? All these are the 5 steps. Understanding the strategy in marketing. Strategy, what is strategy means? Marketing strategy in business decision making refers to the business overall action plan for reaching the prospects and turn them into satisfactory customers for their product or services. So what is marketing strategy? Marketing strategy is in business decision making refers to the business overall action plan. Strategy is what? Action plan for reaching out the prospects and turn them into satisfactory customers for their product and the services. Strategy is defined as a general plan or set of plans intended to achieve something, especially over a longer period of time, right? So what is strategy? Strategy is nothing but a plan of action, right? Or general plan or plan of action or sets of plans, and it intends to achieve something, especially over a long period. It intends to achieve something over a long period of time. Strategy also means a plan or course of action or set of decision rules, making a pattern or creating a common thread. Again, the common thread means the pattern of decisions related to organization activities derived from the policies, objectives, goals, helps us in moving in organization from the current position to desired future state, right? That see the plan, the strategy should be in this this should be derived from the organizational policies, objectives, vision, missions, and goals, and it should help these policies or this plan, strategic plan should help in moving the organization from its current position to desired future states, right? Strategy is also concerned with fit or stretch of necessary resources, their allocations, coordinations, and implementation of firm's major goals and action to co-align these goals within the time and space of environment. So strategy is also concerned with the resource management actually. Right. Marketing strategy contains the company's value proposition. It involves the key brand message, information on target customers, demographic characteristics, and detailed information about marketing needs, that is the product, price, place, and promotions. So for this marketing strategies this carries or contains the company's value proposition, right? It involves the key brand message, what one wants to deliver. It includes the information on the target audience, their interest, their characteristics, their demographic characteristics, right? And information about the marketing mix. The ultimate goal of marketing strategy is to achieve a sustainable competitive advantage over the competitors using the expertise and understanding the needs and wants of consumers. So what is the ultimate goal of marketing strategy? The ultimate goal of marketing strategy is to achieve the competitive advantage over the market, right, over the competitors, using the expertise and understanding the needs and wants of the consumers. Marketing research plays a very important role, right? It helps to chart the efficacy of promotional campaign through identification and segmentation of potential customers into ranked target customer and achieve sales goals and the target, right? So this marketing research plays a very important role in STP, right? That is, it helps in segmenting the market, understanding the needs of the market, and then targeting the potential customer, right? And in turn helps in achieving the sales goals and the targets, right? Management scientist Henry Mintzberg highlighted that the strategic management process is dynamic and hence less predictable. You cannot predict. He stated that the field of strategic management cannot afford to rely on the single definition of strategy. Hence, he outlined the five definitions of strategy and their interrelationship. As per Henry Mintzberg, the strategic management process is dynamic, it's unpredictable, and it is difficult to define the strategy in one way. So he outlined the five definitions of strategy. First definition is plan. It is the strategy as consciously intended course of action to deal with the situation, right? What is a plan, right? It is a plan. What is a plan? It is a strategy as consciously intended course of action to deal with the situation, how you want to deal with the situation. Ploy. Strategy is treated as a maneuver to outwit a competitor and can also be a part of a plan. So plan is, it is an intended action, course of action to deal with the situation. Ploy is when you want to mm, competitive advantage over your competitors, right? Pattern, it defines the consistency in behavior leading towards the defining strategy, right? So the consistency in behavior should be there. Position, when strategy is a mediating force or match between the organization, its environment, and compatible with all or some of the elements of marketing mix, right? So strategy is a mediating force. As per this position, it is a strategy is a mediating force between the organizations, its environment, and compatible with all or some of the elements of marketing mix, right? So the strategy is what, that it is a mediation, it is a mediating or it is a mediation between the organizations, its environment, and compatible with all or some of the elements of marketing mix. Then perspective. This definition of strategy is concept or ingrained way of perceiving the world. That is the market leader, aggressive, challenging, or late movers, etc. This perspective definition may also be compatible with the elements of marketing mix. Perspective is whether you want to be a market leader or aggressive or challenger or a late mover, etc. That depends on your perspective, and this perspective definition is also compatible with the elements of marketing mix, how you want to move, right? Strategic decisions making process in promotion mix, right? The process actually this process consists of four steps. The first being strategic intent, which involves setting the right vision, mission, defining the business along with setting the short term and the long term objective. See, the most important thing for any of the business is to define the right vision, what they want to be, where they are, where they want to be, vision and mission, how their business helps the society. So set the right vision and mission. Define the vision business, how you will define your business, and it is important to set the short as well as the long term objectives, what you want to be achieved, what a business wants to be achieved in long term, and what a business wants to be achieved in short term, right? The next step is formulation of strategy after external and internal appraisal of organization. The corporate strategic plan are broken down into business SBUs or functional levels, right? Then next step is formulation of strategy after external and internal appraisals of organization. So it is important that there should be external and internal appraisals of organization. The corporate strategic plans are broken down into various business subunits, SBUs, right? Subunits of the business or the functional level. The third stage is implementation of strategy in form of projects, campaign, procedures. You have defined your vision, mission, objectives, right? Then you have understood your external and internal appraisals, right? Now the third stage is the implementation of these strategies in form of projects, campaign, procedure. This is followed by the last stage called the strategic evaluation, and the input from evaluation would be used for further refining the strategic intent and is called the strategic control. See, so there are the four stages. First stage is setting the right vision. The second stage is formulation of strategies after external and internal appraisal. This third stage is implementation of those strategies. Fourth stage is strategic evaluation, and the input from the strategic evaluation would be used for further refining the strategic intent and is called the strategic control, right? From this we could come to know if there are any if there is requirement for any change in the strategy, or we can continue with the present strategy. The basic strategic variables to be considered while making a marketing plan for for the future, for the product, service, customer, market, finances, people, process, technologies, and capabilities, right? So this is through the diagram, right? That is, first objective is strategic objective and analysis. That is, in this we define vision, mission, values, right? We do the SWOT analysis, pestle analysis. Then we form the strategic formulation, that is plan and gather the resources. We plan for the strategies, we formulate the strategies. Then the third step is strategic implementations, right? Strategic implementation is as per the plans we allocate the resources or provide the training to the resources. And then comes the strategic evaluation and control. Then we evaluate the results of our strategies, and if required we make the corrections, right? Advertising campaign planning for elements of promotion mix, right? So this is a diagram for the campaign planning mix. There could be the corporate strategy, then the marketing strategy, promotional strategy, and the advertising campaign planning, right? So corporate strategy, this corporate strategy incorporates the marketing strategy, this marketing strategy incorporates the promotional strategy, and this promotional strategy incorporates the advertising campaign planning, right? So corporate strategies plays a very important role. The highest level of decision making is at the corporate level because it incorporates every other thing. Usually it involves the defining the vision, mission, goals of the organization, right? Then the corporate strategies needs to be broken down into more actions, right? More actionable business or SBUs level strategies, but with the same core objectives. So corporate level, at corporate level it defines the vision, missions, goals of the organization. Then there are certain subunits, there are then there are more actionable business units, right? And there should be the SBU levels, level strategies, but at each and every SBU level strategies, they should have the same core objective. The core objectives of each SBU should be same. Then the marketing department strategies coming out of the corporate strategy, right? Marketing department should make their strategies as per the corporate strategies, right? Which in turn would be broken down into the marketing mix strategy of all elements like product strategy, price strategy, place strategy, distribution strategy, promotional strategy. This promotional strategy would consist of the various elements of integrated communication like advertisements, public relation, publicity, email, marketing, personal selling, etc. For each element, the organization would design the strategy with the common thread of strategy. So in the important thing is, important decision making is at the corporate level because it defines the vision and mission. Then from the corporate level, right, there are certain SBUs, they should have their vision, they should have the same vision, they should have the vision. They should inherit the vision and mission from the corporate strategy. And then there are the marketing departments, right? Marketing department strategy should come out from the corporate level strategy, right? And this marketing strategy can be broken down into elements like product strategy, promotional strategy, price strategies, right? And this promotional strategy is further consist of the various elements of integrated communication, like we discussed in previous lecture: advertising, public relations, publicity, sales, promotions, and all other things, right? And for each element of organization would design a strategy with common thread of corporate strategy. There should be a common thread of corporate strategy, that one should all should take the strategy, that this strategy should come out from the corporate strategy. The theme of advertising campaign is underlying a message, which is the promotional activity will spell out, is the main focus of the campaign. What should be the main focus of the campaign? That is the theme of advertising campaign. The theme of advertising campaign is underlying message which the promotional activity will spell out, right? What you want to convey to your target audience, that is the message which you want to deliver to your target audience is important, right? Planning an advertising campaign is multi-stage and a complex process and involves many steps. The first step is the marketing research, right? The first step in advertising campaign is planning is the market research to identify the environmental opportunities and the threats, and the analysis would also focus in identifying the advertising opportunities. Marketing research plays a very important role, right? Because it identifies the environmental opportunities and threats. Then identifying and profiling the target audience. The next step is closely related to outcome of the previous steps and involves the collection of demographic information regarding the target audience. It is important to note that the target audience are subset of the target customers, right? And identify the corporate plan. So it is important to identify and profile the target audience, so that as per their as per the profiling of the target audience, you can choose your platform where you want to place your advertisements and what message you would like to convey to the target audience. Defining the advertising objectives. The next stage in campaign planning is to identify the best approach in current scenario. The advertising objective can be multiple, like creating a brand. It is important to define the objective through advertisement. What you want to create. There could be the multiple objective, right? Whether through advertisement, whether you want to create a brand or increase the brand awareness. Here, through advertisement, you want to create a brand or to increase the brand awareness, or whether you want to boost the rate of sales or conversions, or depending on the ADAS model. What is ADAS model? ADAS stands for: A stands for attention, I stands for interest, D stands for desire, A stands for action, and S stands for satisfaction. So it totally depends on the ADAS model. The objectives could be one or many, right? Normally, the campaign have multiple goals, ranked and defined both qualitatively as well as quantitatively. It is important that goals align with the corporate, marketing, and business goals of the organization. The goals of advertisement should align with the corporate goal, with the marketing goal, and with the business goals, right? So it is important to define the objectives of the advertisements. Then deciding the theme of the campaign. The next step involves the creative part of advertising decision. The theme in advertising is defined as the central and reoccurring idea or message intended to trigger the desired action from the target audience, hence often considered as the heart of advertisements, right? So the theme plays a very important role in advertisement campaign, because it is that idea or it is that message that intend to trigger a desired action from the target audience, right? This themes helps in triggering the desired action from the target audience. This involves the deciding the theme of campaign involves the preparation of multiple copies using various appeals around the main theme. Some of the popular themes we see around use are the patriotism, humor, fear, etc. The same theme is used for designing the campaign of the different media. So theme means that theme actually the theme of an advertisement triggers the desired action from the target audience, and there could be many themes. There could be the theme of humor, there could be the theme of fear, there could be theme of uh, patriotism, and these themes are used for designing the campaign for the different media. Then deciding the budget and timeline. It is important to decide the budget and the timeline. That's all for today. Thank you very much. We'll continue from here in our next lecture. Namaskar.